Welcome students once again to the geography class. Let us study the second chapter, Major Landform. What is landform? A landform is a physical feature on the earth's surface that is part of the terrain. The earth's solid surface consists of different physical features which is also known as relief features. Example: mountains, plains, plateaus, hills, canyons, valleys, basins, deserts, glacier, delta, island, volcano, etc. Out of these relief features, there are four major types of landforms. Those are mountains, hills, plateaus, and plains. There are other minor landforms which include canyons, valleys, basins, etc. Now let us study the forces results in formation of landform. The landforms are created on the earth's surface by two forces. Those are internal forces and external forces. Internal forces are also known as endogenous forces that occurs inside the earth's surface. These are caused due to tectonic plate movements. The plate move because of the intense heat inside the earth's core. Due to this movement, either the plates slide past each other, pull away from each other, or crash into each other. As a result of these movements, parts of the earth's surface are pushed up, pulled down, or broken, leading to the formation of new landforms. The other forces are external forces, which is also known as exogenous forces, that occurs on the surface of the earth. External forces are agents like running water, wind, and glacier. These forces cause either wearing down of the earth's surface, called erosion, or rebuild, that is called deposition. Now let us see what is mountains. Mountain is one of the major landform of the earth. A mountain is considerably higher than the surrounding region. It is pointed at the top and is called peak. When a number of mountains merge together, they form a long chain called mountain range. For example, Mount Everest is the peak of the mountain range Himalaya. There are three types of mountains: fold mountains, block mountains, and volcanic mountains. Now let us study how fold mountains are formed. As you can see in the picture, that the fold mountains are formed by the process of folding. From the picture, you get a brief idea about how the folding takes place below the earth crust. Due to compressional forces below the earth crust, that is, the push from either side of the crust, results in formation of anticline and syncline. The folded top of the mountain is called anticlines, and the curved downward part of the fold mountain is called synclines. Anticline forms the peak of the mountain, whereas syncline forms the valleys. There are two types of fold mountains on the basis of their origin: old fold mountains and young fold mountains. Now let us study the differences between young fold mountain and old fold mountain. Young fold mountains are those mountains which are formed a few million years ago, and Oldfield Mountains were formed several hundred million years ago. Youngfold Mountains have parallel ranges with steep slopes, deep valleys, and sharp pointed snow covered peaks, whereas Oldfield Mountains are highly eroded by agents of gradation. They have gentle slopes, rounded tops, and sculptured domes. The third difference is between Youngfold Mountain and Oldfield Mountain is Youngfold Mountain is higher than the Oldfield Mountain and have rough topography. Oldfield Mountain are lower than the Youngfold Mountains. Let us see the examples of Youngfold Mountain. Himalaya, Andes, Alps, Rockies are examples of Youngfold Mountain, whereas Appalachians, the Urals, the Aravallis in India are the example of Oldfield Mountain. Now let us see the second type of mountain, that is block mountain. Block mountains are formed due to cracks or faults in the earth's crust caused by tensional forces. The process of formation of the crack in the earth crust is called faulting. The slided part is called rift valley or graben, and the uplifted part is called block mountain or horst. The examples of block mountains are Vosges, Black Forest Mountains, Salt Range, Sierra Nevada, etc. The third type of mountain is volcanic mountain. Volcanic mountains are generally formed due to the accumulation and solidification of molten lava which comes out during the volcanic eruption. As a result, an alternate arrangement of lava and ash bed is formed, as we can see in the picture. Let us study some of the examples of volcanic mountains. Those are Fujiyama in Japan, Kilimanjaro in Tanzania, Mount Mayon in Philippines, Mount Cotopex in Ecuador, and Mount Etna in Sicily. Now let us read what is valley. Valleys are low-lying tract of land bordered on both sides by mountains or hills, and often with a running river through it. It is usually rounded sides that look like either V-shaped or U-shaped. V-shaped valleys are river valleys and are formed by flowing water through the mountain. Example, Lau Valley in Hawaii and Black Canyon in North America. U-shaped valleys are formed by glacier. Example, Yosemite Valley in USA and Side Valley in Austria. Now let us look at the pictures of two types of valleys, V-shaped valley and U-shaped valley. The next major landform of the earth is plateau. What is a plateau? A plateau is an elevated flat-topped land which sharply rises above the neighboring lowland. It often resembles a table and sometimes referred to as tableland. The example of a plateau is the plateau of Tibet, which is the highest plateau in the world, and it is known as roof of the world. A plateau in India is Deccan Plateau. Another plateau in India is Chota Nagpur Plateau. Let us study the different types of plateau on the basis of their formation. The first type of plateau shown in the picture is volcanic plateau. It is formed where there is volcanic activity. An alternate or arrangement of lava and ash bed is found in this plateau. Deccan Plateau of India is of volcanic nature and is called lava plateau. Another example is Columbian Plateau. The second type of plateau is Piedmont Plateau in USA. Piedmont plateaus are surrounded by mountain on one side and is surrounded by plains or sea on the other side. Example, Piedmont Plateau in USA. The next type of plateau is continental plateau. These plateaus are known as continental plateau because they are located far away from the sea and in the interior of the continent. Example, Plateau of Western Australia. The fourth type of plateau is tectonic plateau. This plateau is formed due to the upliftment of tectonic plates due to endogenic forces. Example, Tibetan Plateau in Asia and Colorado Plateau in USA. The next type of plateau is intermontane plateau. This type of plateau is surrounded by mountains on all the sides. Example, the Plateau of Tibet and the Columbian Plateau. The next major landform is plains. Plains are low-lying and relatively flat stretches of land. They are also termed as lowland. They are located along the coast or across the rivers. For example, northern plains of India is located along the river Ganga and its tributaries. There are three types of plain: depositional plain, structural plain, and erosional plain. Depositional plains is further classified into floodplain, alluvial plain, and coastal plain. Let us now study the depositional plain and its various types. The plains formed by the deposition of materials brought by the various agents of transportation like rivers, waves, winds, glacier, etc. are called depositional plains. The depositional plains are floodplains. Floodplains are formed due to the deposition of alluvial soil brought by the river during the rainy season and resulting in flood. Example, Indo-Gangetic Plains, also called Great Plains of Indus and Gangaputra river system. The second type of depositional plain is alluvial plain. Alluvial plain is formed due to the deposition of alluvial in the lower course of the river near the mouth of the sea. Example, Great Plains of Northern America, Nile Basin of Egypt, Amazon Basin of South America, and Murray-Darling Basin of Australia. The third type of depositional plain is coastal plain. Coastal plains are formed by the action of the sea wave and deposition of the pebbles and gravels near the coastal region. Example, Gulf Coast of USA, the eastern and the western coastal plains of India. Now let us study the picture of the depositional plains. The next type of plane is structural plane. The structural plane is formed due to endogenic forces. As a result, the area is either subsided or uplifted. The action caused planes to be formed and are called structural planes. Example: Great Plains of USA, Coromandel Plains in India. The third type of plane is erosional plane, which is also known as peneplain, which means almost plain. Erosional plains are formed by agents of erosion like rain, ice, wind, running water, etc. Example: West Siberian Plain and the plains of the Aravalli region. Now let us go through the differences in life in the mountains and in the plains. Life in the mountains, here the weather is very cold throughout the year. As we go higher, the temperature drops. Whereas in plain, a wide variety of weather is available throughout the year, with cold and harsh winter and hot and humid summers. In the mountain, 24% of the world's surface area, there are 12% of population. Because of the difficult living condition, population density is very low. Whereas in the plains, the density of population is very high due to availability of flat land for building houses and for cultivation, water and other resources. In the mountains, the houses are readily available material like wood and stones. Those houses have slanting roofs, whereas in plain the houses are made up of bricks and cements. In the mountains, animal rearing and farming are the main occupation. In the plains, the main occupation are agriculture, trade, business and services. In the mountains, the land is rugged. Therefore, people cultivate crops on terraces. They grow rice, maize, buckwheat, potatoes, beans, millets, tea and coffee. Orchards are also grown with fruits like pears, plums and apples. In plains, the land is flat and therefore variety of crops are grown here. In the mountain, small factories like processing food items like juices, jams, jelly and other small scale and handicrafts industry. In the plains, the industries are large factories manufacturing all types of consumer goods, to vehicles, machinery, electrical goods, etc. In case of transportation, in the mountain, narrow, steep and winding roads are best means of transportation. Besides, horses and mules are also used to carry load and human beings. Whereas in the plain, construction of transport network is easy. Therefore, dense network of roads, railways, waterways is available and many rivers are navigable. This is the end of the class. Thank you, students.